Hey y'all, this is Big Ace. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play no music. I don't want to get flagged or anything. So look, this is Big Ace. Shot Town, Shot Town, Shot Town. Check this shit out. Um, you know, I just came across this article and I want y'all to see it. We gonna talk about it. I want to do a live show tomorrow. Um, Let me know what's up. You know what I'm saying? We about to see this Botham Jean situation go in. I've been calling him Jean Botham, and it's kind of a slip there. But again, this is still hard hitting investigation. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Made a couple of mistakes before, but he delivered the story good. So in that tradition, you know what I'm saying? My mistake. Um, Sometimes you get persons and names, backwards. So it's Botham Jean, and we about to see how his apartment looked and where he could have possibly had some weed at. So y'all let me know in the comment section what's up. This is Big A, Shot Town, Shot Town, Shot Town. Southside.
78 was Botham Jean's apartment. It's where the 26-year-old's young life was cut short when he was shot by a police officer in his living room. A small memorial of flowers and a photo with his mother adorn his front door.
At 26 years old, he had done so much.
With permission from the family, we are getting a look inside Botham's apartment. It's a typical single man's apartment except for the bullet hole in the wall indicated by an evidence marking more than 6 feet high. There's also a pool of blood on the floor, which we will not show you.
Okay. She shot 2 times and killed this man. So she was averaging shot that's over 6 feet tall, probably almost 7 feet from the way the description looked. But I want to ask y'all something, and this has been something I've been bringing up almost every video. How is she out on bail for $300,000? 4-year vet of the police department, Dallas Police. Do anybody else see, the situation? The man got killed in his house. Being black in your house can get you killed. I want y'all to think about this. Get back at me. Oh, yeah. By the way, this is fair use. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to CNN and everybody, you know what I'm saying, over there. Let's get to it.
Laundry piled on the couch and Botham's half-eaten bowl of cereal still had milk in it. He may have been reading one of the many books littering the apartment before he was shot and killed by Officer Amber Guyger. This is video witnesses of Amber Guyger pacing around upset moments after the shooting. Officer Guyger tells investigators she shot John after mistaking his apartment for her own. Guyger tells investigators that after work, she parked her car on the wrong floor, walked to the wrong apartment, and that John's door was slightly open. In her statement to police, Guyger says she gave verbal commands before firing 2 shots. Lee Merritt says witnesses tell a different story.
They both heard a knock or a pounding on the door, followed by a female's voice saying, "Open up, let me in." She said the voice didn't sound like an officer command, but sounded like someone who wanted to be let into the apartment. She said that was shortly followed by the sound of gunshots and the sound of a man's voice saying what she believed to be, "Oh my God, why did you do that?"
The John family's attorney and the
Okay. Let's break down what he said. Okay. She didn't give a police command from the witnesses. You supposed to identify yourself unless they change the law, but Texas is known for doing things like this here. But they got the most law enforcement in the United States. So, or one of the top 5. So, let's get that clear first and foremost. Second of all, when you're a police officer in most states, you have to identify yourself, because if you get shot and you already identified yourself, they can be charged, and they can be charged with assault or attempted murder on an officer. You see what I'm saying? So I want y'all to think about this. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all in the comment section, let me know what y'all think about that. You see what I'm saying? So again, this is Big Ace. You know what I'm saying? Coming to you live. You know what I'm saying? And why would you knock on that man's door and then kill him? It doesn't add up. And I didn't get a chance to show y'all, but they pretty much ruled that the door was locked. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I think she really got off on killing a black man. Like again, I showed y'all, I shared a story with y'all, my personal experience. You know, with dealing with a Caucasian woman around the same age. You know, and they get stressed out. They don't mind shooting you. I was working at this concession stand and making a little side hustle, you know what I'm saying, for a catering company. And we had managers on duty and everything. And I wasn't the lead on this particular catering assignment. So I'm doing the orders and everything. I'm doing the register because a few people didn't show up and everything else. So I'm basically doing everything. And it was this brother, and I won't lie, he had that prison mentality. You know what I'm saying? Being locked up one too many times. He had that kind of aggressive tone. And I take the order. We had one guy doing it, and one guy call out the order, and bunch of cashiers and everything because we was jumping. You know what I'm saying? My boy catering company was on hit. And I helped him out with it. So, of course, I got paid and everything. But her and the guy that, been in prison for a while, whatever, and, he had been out maybe 10 to 15 years, but you never, ever leave that mentality alone. It's like we send people to prison and we think they're supposed to be getting rehabilitated, but no, actuality, you're doing according to the numbers, you're doing a reoffend. And when you in there, the way you treat it is less than human. So when you get out, you so used to that again that, you see just life differently. Now, him and her got into it. She fired him on the spot or whatever and walked him out the door. He called her racist or whatever. I didn't hear all that. She came back upstairs. That nigga called me racist. I would have shot his ass if I had my pistol on me. I got to carry it to cell. Was the words she said to me. And everybody else around. She came in like she was disheveled and distraught. And, for her to say something like that, and I'm on the register, and I had stopped doing what we was doing because it was slow. It was almost time to close anyway. We had like an hour left for the shift. I looked at my homie who was the owner of the catering business. Me and him both sat back and looked at each other and was like, damn, for real? If I would have had my pistol, I would have killed that nigga. Literally said that to me. And now, this was a few years back, and like 2012, 2014, somewhere in there. And, like I say, that situation kind of like let me know what's in the minds of some of these white women, man. So I want y'all to think about that. And she said this to two African Americans. One was the owner, and one was just a helper. So I want y'all to really think about that. But let's go ahead on.
Family are now upset by the leak of a search warrant that indicates officers went inside John's apartment looking for drugs. Officers say they did find and remove several items, including a small amount of marijuana. The warrant does not indicate who the items belong to. It's unknown if a search warrant was executed at the officer's apartment.
26 years on this earth, he lived his life virtually without blemish. And it took being murdered by a Dallas police officer for Botham Jean to suddenly become a criminal. There is a clear intent here to smear the name of Botham Jean.
And, I want y'all to think about this. They can lock up Bill Cosby for something 60, 70 years ago, but the chick that relied on Emmett Till, same timeline, same everything, both in the 80s, almost 90. You know, look at how it's played. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You know, Nicole Brown Simpson. Come on, she had dope all in her apartment, broken crosses and everything else. Come on, man. You need to ask yourself something other than maybe anti-Christians, or whatever. OJ is not an anti-Christian, but they never brought that up. The only person that covered that and said anything about that, and I want to give special shouts out to Oprah Winfrey. She covered it and did it so smooth. If you wasn't paying attention, you would have missed it. She asked the coroner, was there anything in her system? Real smooth, like, yeah, she had drugs in her system, woo woo woo, and they just went right past. You got to watch the videotape on it. Oprah did a beautiful job on it. She released the facts, and like I say, Miss Winfrey is a bad woman. So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, just want y'all to think about it. Oh, for y'all that didn't know, it wasn't his apartment to begin. He took over a sublease in the apartment. So the marijuana, the weed, and the grinder might have not been his anyway. But if you shoot and kill somebody, unless he had it right there in his front room where he was eating cereal and reading a book, he lets you in. Think about this. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to be aware of all this. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not as smooth as Oprah Winfrey, but I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, say that and give a special shout out to my sister. Because, like I say, I appreciate some of the things she do on this planet. Holla back.
During a moving funeral service, we learned much more about John and his accomplishments. Family and friends talked openly about his love of people, for singing, and the fact that he was a high-achieving employee on a partnership track at the accounting firm PwC.
PwC is hurting. Not just in Dallas, but all across our country.
He was so joyful, and we know how much he loved to sing. He was the biggest extroverted accountant you'd ever find.
Amber Guyger is on administrative leave during the investigation, and the DA's office will take the case before a grand jury to determine the next course of action. CNN has reached out to the officer Guyger's attorney, and they have not returned our calls. From a heartbroken mother wants answer.
Okay, we all know that she's been charged and she's not a Dallas police officer anymore. Thanks to that sister firing her. And like I say, you can look at my previous video and see what I'm talking about. And go from there. I've been reporting on this story since it broke. And I just want to let y'all know, I'm going to go live tomorrow around 10, 11, Central Time. And, we can talk about it then. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's hear the rest of this, and I'm going to wrap it up and show y'all, some of the reports that they found.
So I'm calling on the Dallas officials. Please, come clean. Give me justice for my son, because he does not deserve what he got.
Ryan Young, CNN Dallas.
Okay, y'all, this is fair use, but, I just want to, make these remarks and want y'all to understand. 10.5 grams of marijuana, a metal grinder, and that was in a Ziploc bag. 10.5 grams. Now, me personally, I don't care what he does to relax and just chill. That's his thing, I don't know if Dallas have legal consumption of marijuana law, but again, we can talk about it in my live stream tomorrow. So if you watch this video, feel free to join in, or hit me on the comment section. Links will be in the description. If you want to help support my channel, my people over at RESHAWNHOUSEOFBEAUTY.com, a good sponsor of mine. Just hit the links. And, it does wonder for the channel, So, we're looking to upgrade and do a few more things. And, you know, we're putting our finances together and getting it cracking. So, in closing, I want you to think about a couple of things. One, 10.5 grams and a metal grinder. That was a reason for the police to search his apartment where he got killed at. I want you to think about they haven't searched her apartment. They won't release the toxicology report. They won't release the 911 call, even though they did, you know, but they won't release the whole thing. And if you look at her body language after the shooting went on, she knew she fucked up, you know. And white privilege, what we about to see here, you know, shout out to TB Bomber, and we about to prove right here, you know what I'm saying, what it is. So, you know, like I say, hit me in the description, in the links, and hit me in the comment section. You know, you want to do a one-on-one, hit me up. Y'all know the links are in the description, so I'll get back at y'all. This is Big Ace. Chi-Town, Chi-Town, Chi-Town. South side, dog. We don't fuck with haters. Get back at me. Peace.